Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is, wherever you are, it is right now. You are right here. My name is Manuel, and it's my pleasure to welcome you. Today is day 4 of the show, and I have to congratulate you for making the best decision of the day to spend some time with me. Let's get started. Today's topic is one I had not planned to revisit so quickly. The church invasion in St. Paul, Minnesota, that took place this past weekend was once again making headlines yesterday as a result of several high profile arrests, and most importantly, the news that the Department of Justice is actively seeking an arrest warrant for Don Lemon. Good old Don, he decided to insert himself into this church invasion. And there's a special kind of intelligence that Don possesses that believes filming yourself inside a church disruption while protesters do protester things is just journalism. It's the same intelligence that thinks wearing a lab coat turns opinions into science. Let's be precise because precision is the whole point here. This isn't about ideology. It's not even about intent. It's about judgment. Specifically, a mistake that people make whenever moral certainty replaces situational awareness. Journalism is not an invisibility cloak. You don't become immune to consequences because you say the magic word reporting. Reality doesn't work that way. Laws don't work that way. And common sense sure as heck doesn't work that way. What we can observe without guessing motives, without mind reading, remember, we've discussed mind reading and we will continue to discuss it in the future. What we can observe is simple. Someone chose to place themselves inside a disruptive event at a place of worship and document it. Whether charges ever stick is a legal question, but the thinking error is already visible, and that's the truly interesting part. Let's discuss the mistake. The mistake is confusing advocacy with journalism, activism with reporting, protesting with observing. Live streaming is not a constitutional force field. Don Lemon accidentally discovered the one place activism turns into trespassing: a church with cameras and federal statutes. Journalism, it turns out, doesn't function as an invisibility cloak. Now, notice what I'm not doing. I'm not telling you why he did it. I'm not mind reading. I'm not assigning evil intent, because that'd be lazy, and it would commit the same error I'm criticizing. Instead, I'm looking at the thinking pattern, and we humans, as Scott Adams used to say, are pattern recognition machines. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Smart people don't usually fail because they lack information. They fail because moral certainty shuts down risk assessment. When you're convinced you're on the right side, you stop checking for consequences. That's how you get confidence without calibration. And that's why I don't call this evil. I don't even call it malicious. I call it stupid. Not low IQ stupid, thinking stupid. The kind of stupid where you believe your intentions rewrite the rules. The kind of stupid where you're shocked, I say, that the same laws apply to you as to everyone else. If you're live streaming yourself during a protest and saying, "This is journalism," congratulations, you invented Schrodinger's crime. It's both journalism and not journalism at the same time, depending on whether consequences exist. This is the same thinking error that shows up everywhere. The Don Lemons of the world think to themselves, "My intentions are good, therefore my actions are protected. I'm documenting, therefore I'm exempt. I'm the good guy, therefore the rules bend." Don, my man, they don't. And here's the broader lesson, and really listen, because this is the useful part. Anytime you hear someone confidently explain why another person did something without access to their thoughts, you should be suspicious. That's mind reading. It feels insightful, but it's unfalsifiable. No evidence can disprove it. It's storytelling dressed up as analysis. Pure fairy tale. Good for entertaining children, but not so good for proper analysis of current events. A better habit is to ask 2 questions. What happened? What were the outcomes? Outcomes you can observe. True motives you rarely can. I dare say, likely never. So we can't know what Don Lemon was thinking when he chose to document his participation in a crime, which, as we mentioned, has already led to several arrests and an attempt to arrest him. But we sure as hell can say, damn, Don, that was stupid. And that's the final irony. When people abandon careful thinking in the name of righteousness, they don't look brave, they look careless. Journalism doesn't grant immunity. Good intentions don't rewrite the rules. And moral certainty is not a substitute for judgment. All right, that's enough for today. We'll continue tomorrow. And as always, be useful.